Meeting to order, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a roll call, please.
And that,
Here.
do I still say his thing?
Yeah, you put down that he is
He's
absent.
absent, right? Okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought. Trustee Warren.
Present.
I'm trying to see. Absent. Trustee Leo.
Present.
Chief Fry.
Present. Ian.
And yourself?
Oh, me. I'm present. Julie Quinn. My bad.
Do we have a approval of village board minutes dated 10/20/2025?
I'll make a motion to approve village board minutes from 10/20/2025.
I'll second that.
Okay. Motion to approve minutes from previous meeting of 10/20/2025. Motion by Ms. Weedle
Yes.
and seconded by Mr. Morgan.
Yes.
Okay.
And you need to vote yourself.
And then I vote myself. So that means then the motion carries. And then you don't vote, right? You abstain. Did you?
I can vote. I will
Would you like
explain, I will explain as we get to the engineers
that
and and the attorney's
Okay.
position here. Public comment, Mrs. Pacini.
Hi, yes. Hi, my name is Melissa, and I'm a resident of our village. I'm writing to express my concern regarding this Halloween event. Unfortunately, the community center was not open for this occasion, resulting in many children and families missing out. This has led to significant disappointment in our community, as Halloween has traditionally been one of the most significant and enjoyable events that this community offers to the children. One second, I lost my place. I also learned that $300 was doned, and please tell me if I'm wrong, $300 in donation funds that was given to the festival committee was given to the church to cover hot dogs. Those funds are given as donations to the festival committee, not to be given out to another outside agency for the church. If we give money to the festival committee, we're giving it to the festival committee. Furthermore, a review of the festival's Facebook page showed that the previous public request for volunteers was for the fall festival, with no recent calls for help regarding Halloween. This suggests that a lack of participation may not be due to the community's disinterest, but rather lack of outreach to the community. I kindly ask that the village commit to ensuring that this event continues next year, with the community center serving as a valuable resource for our community. At the very least, I am urged that our community center will be open and made open for the residents willing to organize and host it. Our children and families look forward to this tradition every year, and it plays a meaningful role in fostering community spirit. Also, I'd like to bring up the fact that I have screenshots of the last time that the festival committee did request for volunteers, and that occurred on August 26th. They looked for volunteers for the fall festival. There were no volunteers requested for Halloween. And also, that after I said something about it, the Grass Park Festival Committee, which is a open community forum, has now blocked me, so I can't even participate at all.
Is that it, ma'am?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you. We're gonna approve bills for payment here in a second, but I wanna let you know, we're missing one trustee this evening who called off sick, and I talked to the village attorney. As long as the three city trustees all agree, then we can continue business as usual. And I also can vote, even though I'm not a trustee. So we are not going to be voting tonight on any major purchases, but we can vote to pay bills and continue business as usual. So do we have a motion to approve bills for payment and payroll?
Yes, I move to approve bills for payment dated October 30th, 2025 from the corporate general fund in the amount of $11,354.99. Also dated October 30th from the motor fuel tax fund, $1,102.21. Also dated October 30th from the fest fund, $74.80. Also October 30th from the TIF account, $375. I also move to approve payroll ending October 25th in the amount of $20,758.76.
Okay, we will need a motion to approve these bills for payment and to approve payroll. So,
I move, we need a second.
I'll second.
okay. I'm in favor.
Are there any questions before we move to a vote? Any questions about bills and payroll? So call the question.
Okay, then we have a motion to approve bills for payment by Mr. Morgan. Right?
Yes.
Seconded by Ms. Weedle.
Yes.
And then I spelled your name, Yield. And then I vote yes as well, and then,
You have to poll us.
oh, I have to poll. Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
Ms. Weedle.
Yes.
Mr. Della.
Yes.
Okay. And we are approved for the bills for payment from the corporate general fund of $11,354.99. From the motor fuel tax fund, $1,102.21. From the fest fund, $74.80. From the tip account, $375. And then for payroll ending in October 25th, 2025, $20,758.76. Motion was made by Mr. Morgan and seconded by Ms. Weedle.
Yes.
Okay,
All set?
all set.
Ordinances and Insurance Committee Chairperson Susie Weedle.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to waive the first reading on ordinance number. Here, 11-25-1, an ordinance authorizing a tax increment financing agreement between the Village of Grant Park and Marty Hassan. We did this last month, but there was a change in the date of the ordinance.
And actually a change in the name. I mean, the original ordinance said HD Auto, and the attorneys had a change of mind, feeling that really it should be Marty Hassan, who's the actual business owner. So we're changing his name. They also found a problem with the parcel number, and that's changed too. So the amount, the payout, and any of the other things have not changed. So we're just basically making those, and I'll second it.
Thank you.
Okay. So that means, that we'll make a motion to approve
First reading.
the first reading ordinance authorizing the TIF agreement between the village and then Marty Hassan, which has been corrected from the previous one. So, Mr. Morgan? It has to go to Susie, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Susie, yes. Ms. Weedle? Then seconded by Mr. Morgan,
Yes.
okay? And I have a yes vote.
Yes.
Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance number O-11-25-1, an ordinance authorizing a tax increment financing agreement between the Village of Grant Park and Marty Hassan.
And I'll second that.
so the motion has been made and by Ms. Weedle, yes.
Yes.
And then Mr. Morgan, so
Yes.
second. I am a yes. Mr. Della?
Yes.
Okay.
And that is all I have.
Thank you.
You may want to bring up that when the full board was here, they were aware of this TIF agreement with
Yes.
HD Auto. So we have that on record that the board members, when the full board was here, they did realize what we were doing here. So,
Yes, and then we had 6 votes
Yes.
to pay this TIF at the full amount that he requested.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Morgan. Are you all set, ma'am?
Yes.
Streets and Alley Committee Chairperson Morgan Worrell, we're gonna table what she has. She's not here this evening. We will bring it up at our next village board meeting. Finance Committee Chairman Gary Morgan.
Okay, and again, we have a TIF that we also approved previously, and what the bank is asking is we should change the due date of the actual TIF project. They felt that December 31st, 2025 did not give enough time, and basically everybody's agreed as far as the attorneys and the TIF administrator, and all we're agreeing to is changing it to April 30th, 2026. So I move to approve a change in project due date for the Andrea Hendricks 109 West Taylor TIF project from December 31st, 2025 to April 30, 2026.
And I'll second.
Okay. So Mr. Morgan, you are making a motion to approve the change in the project date for Andrea Hendricks from December 31st to April 30th, 2026.
I'll vote yes.
Okay, Ms. Weedle?
Yes.
Okay, who also second it? And then I say yes. President?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I gave everybody a copy of the mid-year budget review for FY 26, and we'll just quickly go through it. On the first page of the report are the revenue that we've received for the general fund, and you can see how some of them are over 100%, some of them are at like 6%, but the bottom line is we're at 70% of receiving our expected revenue. This is 50% of the year, we're getting almost 70%, that's a good thing to have. And again, what happens is most of our property taxes, which is a huge amount of this, is always delivered usually by October. We'll probably get another thing in November, but it'll be the lesser of what's previously been, and then they'll follow up in December with the final property tax payment. And that'll usually be about 100% of what they expected. Usually there might be like a 1% that isn't collected because people are late, but basically really good to see 70% in revenue. On the second page, these are the departments in the general fund, and you can see bottom line is 50% of the year done. We've only expended 44% of the budget, which is also good. Then the next few pages, and I'm not going to go by departments, this is the actual department breakdown. And again, as far as the departments are concerned, the only one that's over is the park. And again, we don't have much money in the park budget. And you can see how some of those things just have contributed to being a little over 50%. But again, bottom line is the entire budget is only like at 44%, which is really good. On the final page at the end, there are a couple of other the funds. Sewer fund, of course, they've only spent 8%, but usually we don't spend a lot out of there unless there's some serious stormwater problem. And the motor fuel tax, we're at 77% of the expenditures. But again, we mostly spend motor fuel tax money in June, July, and August. We usually don't spend much in the winter. If we need to have some salt, we might buy more salt, and we really have a lot of leave room in the stone and salt line items. So that could be a factor. Otherwise, the other funds, they're right where they should be as far as 50% of the year. I just thought you'd be interested in seeing that. At the next meeting, we'll have the first reading of the levy ordinance. And that we always do spread out over 2 meetings because we want to have the levy and give people the opportunity to come in, the public to come in and look at it between our first reading and the actual second reading. We usually do the second reading at the first meeting in December so that we meet the deadline of when it has to be at the county office, which is, I think it's the last Tuesday of the month. And then we have the opportunity to work out any problems in the levy if we need to. The only other comment I have is I did do what's called the SAM renewal. That's the system of award management that the federal government has, and we have to renew that every year. It's like 25 pages of questions you have to answer, but basically goes pretty fast. And it's just in there so that if we have the opportunity to get a grant, why, we can get it. Carl often writes grants, and we have to have the SAM approval before we get the grant approval from the state set up. So SAM is first, and that's done, and GATA we'll do in like February for the next fiscal year. And again, what we're waiting on with the state is we are behind in our audits, but we apparently are getting closer on FY23. FY24 isn't going to have a problem in GATA because we didn't have any grants in GATA, which FY24, but we're still behind with our audits. So unless you have some questions about any of this, I just rattled off.
No questions. Thank you, sir. Community outreach, I am going to be co-chairing this for the near future until other arrangements are made. We will be having a fest meeting this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Community Park Building if anyone is interested. Building and Grounds Committee Chairperson, Julie Quinn.
Thank you. It looks like I have a motion to approve a library board appointment by the name of Alexandria Heinberg.
I'll second.
Super. All right, Mr. Morgan?
You go first.
I have to vote first. I say yes.
Second.
I'll second.
Second? Okay, Mr. Morgan?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Della?
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. Congratulations to Alexander Heinberg, Alexandria. Sorry, my husband's in Alexander. Write that down.
What a perfect person.
Yeah, it's good that she's on.
Absolutely. She's a reader. She reads all the time.
Yeah.
Does she even talk to you or does she just read?
Coach books at me, I'm just trying to.
We all do. It's the way of the world. You should be.
Sick kid, so she's stuck at home. I'm not trusting the sick child, so I'm here.
Right.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Ms. Quinn, do you have anything else?
I do not. Sorry, I was catching up on my notes.
That's
I
okay.
am good to go.
We're gonna move on here. Law enforcement, Police Chief Carl Frey.
I only have a couple things. Recently, we voted on a resolution. We're gonna give the 2006 Ford Expedition to Beecher ESDA. Beecher ESDA is having some personnel problems. So they told me they were not in a position where they were gonna accept it anymore. In the event we need ESDA help, they would come and help us, but they said they just don't have the personnel to take it. Then I was approached by the fire department. They have a need for another vehicle. So they asked me if they could purchase it. I spoke with the village president, and I think, you know, we were gonna give it to Beecher ESDA, why not give it to our fire department?
Exactly.
And I think they're gonna put it to very good use. They're talking about getting a search dog for missing people, things like that. So, we talked about it, and I don't think there's any need for a change in the resolution. It's just disposal of property. So we're just disposing it to a different store. So
And this is a good one, so this is.
it's a good one, yes. And the only other thing I have here was talking about the grants. In the GATA portal, the grant access portal, we were having a problem because of the audit. Apparently whatever we've done recently has changed. We are now in the okay pre-approval wise. So 2 days ago, I submitted a grant for body cameras. So hopefully we're still staying at the point where we're approved or pre-approved or eligible, I guess. And the grant I put in for us through the state training board would give us in-car cameras, body camera, and storage. Give us everything. I think the total grant was just over $40,000. Were we gonna get it? I don't know, but
Worth trying.
keep trying.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's very good.
and that's all I have.
Could I just comment? He's spurred something. 2 years ago, Jamie Hawkins and I applied for a grant with the Department of Commerce with Illinois State. And after filling out like 100 pieces of paper, it seemed like, I'm sure it wasn't actually that much, we were told that we were going to get the grant. And after Ben and Carrie worked on it some more and I worked on it some more, we actually got $25,000 last week. So,
Well, way to go.
yeah. So
And
it's good.
what does this go to?
It goes to the stormwater treatment project at North Main that the SLFRF project didn't quite cover, but we expected to get this grant and now we've got it. So that project is completely paid for
Nice.
You wanna touch on the sign?
Sure. Also, we talked at prior board meetings about the sign for the golf. Young man who competed and finished second in the golf. IHSA Golf Championships.
Trey, Bunker.
Proud to announce,
Wow.
we have the sign.
Very
I
nice.
talked to him the other day, he's gonna come to the next board meeting where the board can present this to him.
Two of them were put up, each side of town today, I believe. Is that correct? Tomorrow. So this one will be presented to him, and when you come into town or you leave town, you'll actually see a sign up there. So we're gonna let the young man know how proud we are that he's part of Grand Park. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, very nice.
Good, we got that done and that was, I think some old business that we started and never really finished.
Yeah, it was brought up, and like everything else, time goes on and someone said, hey, what are we gonna do about it? And we completely forgot, so.
Right, yeah, no, nice.
Anything else, Chief Craig?
No, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm gonna give you a few updates and a couple things that are going on. We received a thank you card from, the Beverly Roberts Cancer Foundation for the basket. I'm gonna pass it around. You could read it, what it says. The village donated a basket. Another thing, I had a meeting the other day with Ernie Lopez from Public Services. And it's gonna be, we're gonna have to decide on renewing the contract or not with Republic Services. The
When
only
is it
other,
actually up?
it'll be up, this April 30th of 26. So, he provided a contract and everything that they provide. We were just gonna discuss this. We're not gonna vote on it at this meeting, but we need to make a decision, sooner than later on this. Homewood, Prairie, which is the same company, reached out to the village and they just said, are you interested in taking our services? I haven't seen any paperwork from them or anything what they're offering. Now, we have had Republic here. We signed this original contract March 2nd of 2020. And our contract is up. Now, we can go with a 1-year contract or we can go up to a 5-year contract. So the longer that we extend the contract, the more negotiating or better terms that we have with the contract. So this is the original contract that'll be left here in the village. Anybody is welcome to come, look at it, review it. I want to discuss it more when the full board is here at the next meeting, but we will be making a decision on this because we need to get back with them and say, we're going to either bring you back or we're going to look somewhere else. But right now, Republic and then Prairie are the only two options that I'm aware of.
I believe Homewood bought Prairie.
Yeah, they're same company, so.
Do we get a special price because we're in contract with them? No.
Well, I don't want to say a special price, but by extending the contract out over a number of years, we have more negotiating with Republic. And I haven't had any complaints about Republic's service here in the last.
It has been a while, I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have a date written down and said this is the last time anybody called. Anytime we've reached out to them, especially to Mr. Lopez, and I said, hey, we need this, they're on top of it right away. So Anyway, in the next meeting or two, we need to make a decision. I will leave this on Carrie's desk, and any of the trustees that want to review the contract are welcome to review it. Or they could reach out to Homewood Prairie and say, what are you offering? I took their message, but I never got any details from them, so we'll make a decision. We're gonna table this for now. In the next couple meetings, we need to make a decision on that. This morning I had a conversation with the people that are providing the food pop-up here in the village, November 14th. If everything is a go, I contacted them to make sure, because with all the budget cuts and everything, I was worried that it wouldn't happen. It will be at our community park from 10 to 11:30 that day until food runs out. And we talked to Chief Fry. We're working on how we're gonna arrange this. They're bringing their own staff in. They're gonna have people from Aqua also to help distribute food. There's gonna be a few of the village people there to help. I don't have more details than that, other than we provide the venue and they do mostly the legwork. I met with them several times to get this set up. They're very anxious to come here. I think it's a good thing for our community to, especially this time where there's always a need and you get free food out of it, so.
What day is the 14th on?
Friday.
Friday.
So we're gonna barricade the parking lot off until the food pop-up is set up. And then once everybody is ready, then we'll allow cars in. You bring and you could look on the website and what we have on the Grand Park website that shows how it was set up. You bring a box or a bag, they load it up with groceries, you don't exit your car, and then the next person in line comes through, so. As I said earlier.
Excited.
Yeah, I volunteered for these guys for years.
Well, I'm very happy. They reached out to me and they said, would your community be interested in this? And I said, yes. You don't realize the need, even though it's not knocking on your door, on how much need we have in our community for something like this. So we're gonna try to work on this and expand it out as best we can. As I said earlier, there's a fest meeting Wednesday, 6 p.m., Community Park Building, if anybody's interested. Next thing I have is an update on construction projects. The park in the back, for this year, we're pretty much completed. We hit the goal that we were looking to hit. It'll be finished up in the spring, and what will be done in the spring will be the installation of the swings that have been approved by the board, the pickleball court, the netting, the topping for the pickleball court. The parking lot's been poured in, the pickleball court foundation has been poured, the pond is in place right now. Of course, all the landscaping and everything else will be done in the spring. And then lastly, one more thing. Our construction project here in the front of the village hall, our beautification project, we're waiting on one utility that has been the hang-up. And it still might happen. If that can happen, the initial construction won't happen until spring, because going into winter, having the street tore up, the main road to school is not a good idea. So speaking with our engineer, I said, well, the main construction can wait until the spring of 26. It would be hard to start a project in winter time, and we wouldn't, depending on weather, it would be kind of a mess for us. If we can get this utility company on board this year, that'll speed everything up in the spring, and we're hoping that still happens. All the conversations that I've had with Neil here recently, they're waiting for the same thing. We have signed all the paperwork, we've done everything on our part from the village. We're just waiting for that to happen. The last thing I have on the agenda tonight, I have 2 vacancies on the village board to fill. If you're interested in this, you can contact Carrie for an appointment. We'll set up an interview. So far, this just happened at our last meeting, but surprisingly, it has been going very well. We have 7 people that are interested in filling the spot. And this is the first announcement we made of it, so. We're gonna make a decision here shortly. I have 60 days to decide, which would be December 20th. The board has 30 days to make their decision after I present it, but we hope they have 2 people in place well before that. So, does anybody have anything else this evening that they would like to bring up?
No.
Is there a need to go in executive session? Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.